So, welcome along to today's webinar, all about COVID-19 and receipt processing. So, at the moment, you're probably sitting in the house and you have a lot of spare time on your hands. A lot of you will either have a 31st of March year end for your limited company or sole trader or partnership business, or maybe even a 5th of April year end for your sole trader or partnership business. And we'll be thinking at this moment in time about collecting all your paperwork, your invoices and receipts together to give to us to prepare your accounts and your tax return. Some of you will also have a 31st of March VAT quarter that is due to be submitted by the 7th of May, although you don't need to pay this anymore. Well, you do have to pay it, but there's a deferral on the VAT payment until the 31st of March 2021, but you still have to actually submit your VAT return as normal. So how are you going to get your invoices and receipts to us if you normally drop them off to our office, with our office now being closed? So a lot of you will be keeping your accounting records like this in a box or in a bag to be handed over at the appropriate time. Some of you will be keeping your records like this, manually written in a book with your supporting papers being cross-referenced to each transaction. And some of you will keep your accounting records in a spreadsheet, and so like the manual book will be cross-referring your transactions to the supporting invoice and receipts which you normally hand in. So you can still email us the spreadsheets and you can still email us the invoices and receipts. However, there is a better and more efficient way of doing so, not just for now when you can't physically give us the information, but also to maintain in your business going forward. And that solution is Receipt Bank. So this is an app which we use in our business with a lot of clients to get their invoices and receipts to us. So you can use Receipt Bank either if you use online accounting software, such as the one we recommend, Xero, or there's lots of other online account software packages that you can use Receipt Bank with, such as QuickBooks, Free Agent, Sage. But even if you don't use online accounting software, you can still use Receipt Bank to digitalise your accounting records, meaning you don't need to keep those hard copy invoices and receipts anymore. So what is Receipt Bank and how will it benefit you? So Receipt Bank helps small and medium-sized businesses, sole traders, partnerships and individuals to save time by pulling the information from the invoices and receipts quickly, accurately and efficiently. So the old way of doing things was you used to maybe have a pile of invoices and receipts that you built up over the month or sometimes even built up over the year. You then spent hours of your time manually typing those invoices into a spreadsheet or writing those invoices and receipts into a book and analysing them out. This would take hours either of your own time or someone else's time to record, and it's always doing this is always open to human error and mistake of recording. So what is the Receipt Bank way? So Receipt Bank, what you do is you upload your invoice and receipt simply and easily by either taking a picture of the receipt using the app on your phone, by forwarding your invoices and receipts to a unique Receipt Bank email address, or dragging and dropping the invoice and receipts from your Receipt Bank, from your computer into the Receipt Bank browser, or there's a new one just recently introduced, the new Receipt Bank Fetch feature, where you can link your Receipt Bank account up to your supplier's portal account, and Receipt Bank will go and check your portal every few days for any new invoices and go and grab them automatically, put them into your Receipt Bank account without you lifting a finger. So this therefore avoids duplication, loss of information, errors, and also all the data is securely saved in the cloud. You can then either publish your invoice and receipts directly to your accounting software together with a copy of the invoice or receipt attached to the relevant transaction, and this is where the time and money saving comes in. So why should you use Receipt Bank? Well, firstly, you can still work with us in times such as these with minimum disruption. So we've got a lot of clients that currently use Receipt Bank, and they're still working with us as they've always done, giving us their invoice and receipts as before. We can work with you during the year on a real-time basis rather than the traditional once a year, which will enable us to give you up-to-date financial information, which obviously then has the benefit with up-to-date information, you can make more informed and relevant decisions in relation to your business. You don't physically need to give us paper invoices or receipts anymore, as these will now be being kept digitalised in your Receipt Bank account, and this meets all HMRC and Companies House retention requirements. You can also make sure that you're claiming all the costs for your business and therefore making sure you keep those profits down and therefore keeping your tax liability down. Now, this is obviously a big one. So a few years ago, there was a study carried out that estimated that over £200 million of small invoice and receipts weren't being claimed by businesses as they weren't keeping those copies of those receipts. So for yourself, if, say, for example, you didn't keep £5 worth of invoice and receipts per week, that equates over the year to about £250. So as a limited company, for those £250 worth of receipts that you're not claiming for, that would result in an extra £48 corporation tax that you're paying that you don't need to. If you're a sole trader paying both basic rate income tax and Class 4 national insurance, that would result in an extra £73 extra tax that you're having to pay that you don't actually have to. If instead it was £20 per week, or roughly about £1,000 worth of receipts that you weren't keeping, as a limited company, that amounts up to an extra £190 worth of corporation tax that you're paying that you don't need to. And if you're operating as a sole trader, it's an extra £290 worth of tax that you're paying, which you don't need to. And that's real money out of your pocket in tax that you don't need to be paying. Finally, using Receipt Bank will keep your records fully digitalised and keep you fully compliant with Making Tax Digital, which is already in place for VAT registered businesses and is due to be introduced for sole traders. It was due to be introduced for sole traders this April. It's obviously been postponed. It's been postponed a couple of times, but at some point in the next year, couple of years, sole traders will have to conform with the Making Tax Digital rules, and using Receipt Bank meets all the requirements of keeping your records digitally. So probably the best thing, rather than me just talking about theory here, is what I'll do is I'll dive in and we'll do a quick demo of Receipt Bank. So this is where we see if the technology works. So hopefully you can see my screen now here. I'll turn on my little pointer. Spotlight. So hopefully you can see my screen here. So I've got a dummy account. So this is me in my Receipt Bank account. You'll see down the left hand side here, this is your dashboard, which you can collapse, open and shut, various information for cost, sales, bank, etc., and then kind of various other information. I won't go into a lot of the detail here. We'll just kind of cover off the kind of main points, and obviously if you want to use Receipt Bank and wish to go into more detail, then more than happy to run through that detail. So firstly, to add your costs, so I did say there was 4 ways of adding costs to your, so Receipt Bank is primarily, it's a receipt and invoice processing piece of software. It's for those costs, those invoice and receipts that you have that are costs and expenses. So there is 7 ways that you can submit your information to Receipt Bank. There's primarily 4 main ways, and I'll cover off the four main ones. So come up to the big green button here at the top right hand corner to add on your receipts. In fact, I'm actually in the wrong account here, so I'll just switch across. So this is so you can see I've already got some invoice and receipts already in, but we'll submit some now just to kind of show you how it works. So the first way you can get invoice and receipts in is using the drag and drop facility. So you can either drag and drop various documents. So this is a format that they have to be in: JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, PDFs. You can see whole loads of different formats, certain size requirements. You can do single items at a time, or if they're zipped up in a file. If you wish to do multiple items on one PDF, one thing to bear in mind is that each page is treated as a separate invoice. So we generally will upload single page invoices as one PDF, and it will separate them all out individually. If it's more than one page, we do them individually. More than one page that the invoice covers, we would upload the either 2, 3 or more pages. We would scan in those invoices as one separate amount and just recognise it as one separate invoice. So you can either drag and drop it in. So I'll just show you how you drag and drop. So I'll just have that screen here. So you can see here I've got some PDFs of some invoices. So there's an invoice there. Got another one here. So you can see there's different invoices. So I've got 3 different ones here. So what you can do is you can just drag and drop across, and you'll see when you drag the relevant one across, it goes with a little perforated edges around the side. So that means it's recognising that as been dragged across. You would then just drop it in if you wanted to do it. If you can do more than one at a time, so I'll just do the 3 of them together. Drag them across, drag them down. So now you can see that when I've dragged that across, it says, yes, successfully uploaded, and as quick as that, they're uploaded. It does take time for Receipt Bank to read and extract out the information, who it's from, the net, the VAT, the gross amount, the type of invoice it is, the date, certain information that Receipt Bank is extracting out. So it does take Receipt Bank time to do it. Generally, it does it within about, I think it's 60 minutes is the average, but it just depends. Sometimes it be quicker than other times. So you can see those are at this moment in time should be getting processed. So you can see already there's one of those ones getting uploaded and getting processed, and it's already extracted 6 out of the 9 fields, and over the other 2 will eventually get dragged in. So that's one way of doing it. So the second way of doing it is by email. So you get a unique email address. It's always something at receiptbank.me. You can change that if you wish. So just if you wanted to change it, if you didn't like that, you just come into your user account, click on manage users, click on edit user details. So down the bottom here, you can change this to whatever you want. Generally, I would just put the company name, or you can put whatever you want. It has to be a unique name. So if somebody else that uses Receipt Bank has that name, so if your name was John, and he says John at Receipt Bank, that name is probably already taken. Just check and see. So you see that's already taken. So kind of names are kind of common ones. So I would generally just put in your company name. Center test, I think I had here. So that name's available. So that's your unique email address that you have. So if you have any emails that you've got, so here I've just got some in a Gmail account. So I've got, again, various invoices here. So there's an invoice there. These are all attached invoices. It can also be an embedded invoice. So this one here is actually embedded into the email. So all you need to do is just open that on and just forward that on to your email address that you're using. A quicker way of also doing it is if you've got a supplier that's sending you on, get them to CC your Receipt Bank address in as well. So they're doing it for you, saves you having to do it. But in this case, I'm just going to forward these ones on myself. Forward on to center. So that's those 3, just 3 emails. 2 of them are attached PDFs. One's an embedded. This one is actually embedded into the email. This invoice is embedded in. So again, but a quicker way of doing it is sending to your supplier who's sending you on, as well as sending it on to you. CC, give them your Receipt Bank email address. So we've got a lot of clients, that's what they do. So it's the supplier that's sending it into the Receipt Bank account for them. Just saves you the hassle of forwarding it on all the time. It just automatically happens. So again, that'll be getting processed through. Third way, and probably the most common way that people use it, is using the app on your phone. So you can download the app from the App Store or the Google Play platform. So this is what I'll do, is I'll share my screen. So again, using technology, we'll see if this works. So I'll see if I can share. So this is now, you can see my phone, my mobile phone on screen. Let's see, just maximize it up. So this is like my phone. So just minimize that down. So I've got my various apps here. So you can see here I've got my, so this is getting you into the center account. What you can do is you can open that up. So these are the ones that I've already uploaded. So you can see those ones already in here, and you can see those ones getting processed through this grey one. So if you have, so this is good for little kind of small receipts, fuel receipts, etc. that you have. So all you do is click on the camera at the bottom, click on that, and that opens up your camera. And you can see here there's 3 different ways that you can upload. You can upload it singly, so that's doing one invoice. Multiple is taking more than one invoice at a time, but it treats them as single, so it's just going snap, snap, snap. I'll show you how to do that. And combine means as if you've got a long receipt, rather than try to, so if I try and get everything at the picture here, combine means you can take 2 or more pictures and it gets merges together as one invoice. Or if you have information on the reverse and you want to take it on the reverse as well, it just combines one invoice by more than one picture. So we'll just see if we can do this now. So all you need to do is make sure you capture all the relevant information. Click on single, click on the green button down the bottom. I'll then show you an image of how that looks, so you can maximize it up. So as long as it's not fuzzy and it's clear to be read, you can retake it by clicking on the retake button. If you want to add additional information to the invoice, you can click here, or if you're happy with it, just click submit for processing. So I'm happy with that, and that, you can see that's now getting processed. I'll show you now with doing 3 together, snap, 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 doing multiple ones, just kind of side by side. So again, move it to multiple. So this will treat these, so rather than doing single at a time, I'll just do them as multiple ones. So again, just making sure you capture the relevant information. So that's probably, we need to see who the supplier is and get the dates, etc. at the bottom. So yeah, the date's right at the, unfortunately, B&M invoice, the date's right at the very bottom. So click on that. Got the second one here, another B&M one. Click on that. So you can see I'm just doing multiple ones together. I've got an ASDA one here. Click on that. And you'll see down the bottom left-hand corner, that just shows you the pictures. You can just click on that. And this will then show you each one individually. So all you need to do is you can just flick through them, and any that you want to bin, you can just click on the bin icon. As long as they're kind of legible, you would just click on it. The key thing is making sure that they're legible and clear. If you wanted to retake them again, you just click on the bin, and that'll let you retake them again. If you're happy, just click the green tick. Oh, sorry, not the green tick, the little tick in the bottom right-hand corner. And that is submitting those 3 individual ones. I've got a final one for the combine, so taking information on both sides. So again, Morrison's has information on 2 sides. So I've got Morrison's invoice here. Click the green button. So combine is merging the same invoice together as one. So either a big long one taking it together, or if you've got information on 2 sides. So that's why it's different from multiple. Multiple is individual ones that you're doing together. Combine is merging 2 pictures together as one invoice. Click there. Again, shows you the picture in the bottom left. Click on that, and as long as you're happy with that, seems okay. Click close, top left-hand corner, and then click the tick. And then click submit for processing. And that is uploading that. So that's a quick demo of the app. So you can see it's very easy to use, good for when you're out and about. You don't need to remember to have the invoice on you or bring the invoice back with you and file it. Just take it, and as long as it's legible, you can just throw it in the bin. So I would have, if you're out and you get a parking machine ticket, not a parking ticket, a penalty, but a ticket for parking, take a picture of that parking ticket, and that's you can then bin it. You don't need to keep that actual invoice and receipt, because a lot of parking, those types of things, you're just paying it out of cash. It's not hitting your actual bank account, but because it's a business transaction, more than eligible to claim it, and you can claim that cost. And so that's those costs which I spoke about earlier that weren't being claimed by people just because they weren't keeping the receipts. So the app tends to be the most popular way which clients will submit information. Then click on other and go to connections. So there's actually 4 underneath other. Dropbox, if you use Dropbox, you can connect to Dropbox. If you use PayPal, you can connect to PayPal. Mileage, if you want to capture your mileage records. TripCatcher is a mileage app that works as an app on your phone. So I actually have it on my phone. I'll show you quickly. So you can see here I've got a TripCatcher app. Take a wee second for it to open up. So you can see it operates like a GPS system. The only downside with TripCatcher is there's another one called MileIQ, which works as a permanent GPS system. So if you've as long as you've got your phone on you, it'll continually work out when you start and stop any journey. Downside with TripCatcher is you need to remember to start and stop the GPS system, or you can add the trip manually by saying where you went from and to, type of vehicle, etc., the distance that you've covered. You put obviously postcodes, etc. in, but what it does is it works out exactly the mileage you're able to claim. Also, you can claim if you're taking passengers, you can get extra tax relief for taking more than one passenger. You can save it as a favourite, so if it's a trip that you're going on a regular basis rather than having to put it in all the time, you can save that one as a favourite, and it just then remembers it. You can easily pre-populate it for any day. The benefit of using this, it records all your mileage exactly, and also there's a benefit if you're VAT registered, because you can claim an element of VAT back. It'll work it all out for you, and it links directly to Receipt Bank and Xero. So quite a clever little app to record your mileage. There is another one called MileIQ, which is slightly more expensive because it's a permanent GPS system. Where there's TripCatcher, you need to remember to turn it on and off, but you can still manually add the trip if you want to do it. But it just digitalizes those trips that you do rather than having to keep a spreadsheet. However, the kind of fourth main one is invoice fetch. So what invoice fetch is as long as if your customer supplier has a portal where you actually have to log in to get your invoice, saving you having to do that, you can link your portal up to it, and Receipt Bank will go and check to see does it have any new invoices, and it'll go and pull it automatically for you. So you can see there's a whole list of, there's thousands of them, and they're continually adding. So you can just have a quick look for some. This is kind of worldwide. So Basecamp is a company I know of, Base CRM, Booking.com. If you go through here, you would potentially find what you're looking for. If you can't find it, all you do is you just type it in. So they're really good for mobile phone providers, so like Vodafone. So there's all your Vodafone ones. Amazon's another good one. You can link it to your Amazon account. You see loads of different Amazon accounts, loads of different ones. Just selecting the right account. So let's just say it was Amazon you wanted to connect with, and it was amazon.co.uk. Just click on connect. Takes you through. Put your username and password in for your Amazon account, and then what you can then do is you can either pull on your entire history from Amazon or the last 30 days, and that'll pull any invoices that you get from your Amazon account. Obviously, there's then different types of Amazon invoices under this account. So, and what it does is it just goes and collects your invoices. So, saving you having to remember to get invoices manually yourself, it'll connect it to your account and it'll go and get it for you automatically. So, quite a new feature that Receipt Bank has, but really a powerful feature to saving you. It's effectively automating the work for you. I'll quickly just look at, so you can also do, so cost is the main, so 7 ways you can get costs in sales. Unfortunately, there's at the moment in time, so you can do the same with your sales invoices. So if you're generating your sales invoices maybe on a spreadsheet or on a Word document or maybe a template that you're using yourself, it's not part of your accounting software, you can add in your sales invoices. Unfortunately, there's only one way of getting your sales invoice in. It's a case of dragging and dropping it in. It's the only way you can get it in. Unfortunately, cost is, because Receipt Bank is mainly a cost processing app as opposed to a sales invoice app, but they've recently introduced in the last year or so the sales processing, but it's just one way you can get that in, I suspect. the ones you just probably more ways, probably the email option will be the first one to come in. If you've got bank statements that you want to upload, again, you can upload your bank statements. You would set up your bank account, and again, it's just a case of drag and drop it. It's got to be a certain criterion. What I would say is, if you have bank statements, just send them to us. If you have online banking, just download it as a CSV file, because we can then convert that as we need. But if not, you can always also drag and drop in your bank statements. You can do bank statements, but generally we wouldn't recommend doing it. Just give us the bank statements, and we can upload them into our software to extract what we need. So looking at the costs, just to show you what's came through. So you can see, I don't know if these are the ones I've just done now. So yeah, so you can see that's a picture of the receipt that I just take the now. So really does it really quickly. So the app tends to work really fast, can do it usually about 5 minutes or so. And you can see what it's extracting here. It's extracted what it is, the date on it. So you can see the date's 24th of the 10th. Supplier, the currency, the total amount. If it was VAT, if you were VAT registered and it had it was a VAT invoice, it would extract out the VAT. Now, there's various other boxes here, but I won't go into the detail. You can split out the invoice to split it across different accounts, but again, I won't go into the detail. So you can see it extracts out a lot of information, but you can see at this moment in time it's not ready. It's mainly because the category, the account that you're posting it through into in Xero hasn't been recognised yet, but you can quickly set that up. So what you could do is, so if this as the one, all you do is, let's say that was, it's obviously, let's just say it was whatever it is, direct expenses. And what you can see is if it's as there's, and that was always going to be say for instance it was B&Q or you're a builder, Justin's, and it was always going to be direct expenses, material costs. What you can do is you can click on in. You can either say, do you want it to remember to put it to that category for anything you've currently got in your inbox or any future items. So this is where the automation comes in, because it's recognising it for the next time. So if you says, okay, I want to recognise it so that it comes into that same account the next time. You can also put a description in if you want, but you don't have to. You just click apply to that. So you can actually then publish it through into your Xero account or your online account software account. So you'll see now that is ready, and because I turned it on to say recognise it for the other ASDA ones, you can see it's automatically populated the other ASDA ones. B&M, again, if I says that and I wanted B&M, it was, category was, I don't know, say it was entertainment or postage, and you wanted to remember that for your inbox items, other things that are B&M, apply that. Go to your inbox, you'll see it's recognised those two. What you can also do is, to save you actually having to go in every single time and actually categorise it and push it through into Receipt Bank, what you can do is you can set up what's called a rule. So this is like fuel, MFG. So what you can see is whenever this is where again the power comes in, because what you can do is you can totally automate this. So you take the picture, goes into the Receipt Bank, and then it automatically goes into your online account software without you lifting a finger. What you can see is you can auto-publish it, so it goes straight into your online account software without you doing anything, without you having to say where it to go to. So if this was more expenses, and it was always going to be MFG was more expenses, or Shell or BP was always going to be more expenses, you're saying you want to publish it, well, say you put it to the category. These are kind of various other things, and if you did want to split it out, there's various rules in that you can use. So you can see that's then recognised that, and then if you actually look at a list of your suppliers, you should be able to see, so that MFG one, you might not be able to see it clearly here. Just maximise up my screen if I can. Can't maximise, sorry, I don't know how to maximise my screen. If you can see here, this is green, so that just means this auto publishing is turned on. So it means the next time an MFG invoice is published into Receipt Bank, it'll go from Receipt Bank straight into Xero. It'll automatically get auto published all the way through. So if I was to then just publish these ones through, so this is where you can also just click on the ones that you want to publish if you're happy with all the ones. So publishing, what that'll mean is it'll then go into your Xero account to then be matched against the relevant transaction. I'll show you that in a minute. What I'll quickly do is go back to the phone, because as well as doing it in your Receipt Bank account, you can, this is quite a clever little thing. Just take a second just to get it back open again. So that's me turn this back on again. So that's my screen. So if we go back into the Receipt Bank account, so you can see that this brings it up the same as what you have in your online account. You can see down the left-hand side, these are all red. It's just because they have to be allocated. So what you can do is you can actually, I'll just click on the top one here, BizInc. You can then actually have a look at the picture and see what it is, and you say, okay, that is whatever it is. So you go to the category and say that is, you can do a search for, let's just say it's professional fees. There isn't one, say legal fees. Legal expenses, click save. And you can see that's now turned green. What you do is just swipe left, or swipe right, publish. So what you can actually do is publish it from your phone. So you can go through, so if these are all set up already, you can just actually publish them. So let's just say that was, so there's Trip Catcher. So there's a receipt that I've got for Trip Catcher. That's the app. You can see it's already recognized where it's going to. Click and save. So I've not recognized it. That's because it's not, it's a category. So let's just say category was more expenses. Click save. You can see this Trip Catcher ones went green now. Swipe right, publish. So that's, so what you can be doing is you could be sitting, if these are all categorized for you, and what if you set it to remember it for the next time for the same sorts of things, they can all automatically be done for you. So it means you don't actually, you can sit on your phone and publish them through into Xero or your other online software. So let's just say this was subsistence, McDonald's. There isn't a subsistence account set up yet, so but you could set up an account if you want. So you can also set up new accounts if you want. If there's accounts that are not already set, you can. So I'll quickly just show you how to do that. So if that was subsistence, you would go into your Xero account, go to your advanced, go to your chart of accounts, add a new account, put an expense account, call it subsistence. You need to give it a code. Let's just say 500. 500 is not available. 400, 300. So 300 is available. Subsistence. Put what VAT rate is going to be on it. So let's just say it was 20%. So now you've created a new account. Receipt Bank will recognize that new account created, but it will take 24 hours to refresh. What you can do is, saving you having to wait, just go to categories, go to lists, go to categories. So subsistence isn't here at this moment in time. All you do is reload it. So it'll talk to Receipt Bank, is there new any accounts created? Yeah, there is. So again, going back here, we should find that subsistence. That's probably, you probably need to, for the app, you probably need to refresh the app. What I'll do is I can just do it on here. So McDonald's will do subsistence. So you can see their subsistence is there. I've created it and published through. So publishing all these transactions through, you're saying, okay, what does that mean? So in your actual Receipt Bank account, all those invoices that are pushed through will be sitting here as bills to pay. So you can see there, all those ones. So this is where the automation comes in. It's saving you having to manually type all these transactions within your accounting software to then match it against the bank payments that are going out your bank account. So we just pick on one of them. So there's a Zoom one. So there isn't any description because I never put a description in. You could also go back and put a description in if you wanted to, or you can put a description in Receipt Bank before you publish it through. But the benefit is you can see it's all coded up, who it is, the date, the amounts, etc. The account is going to the VAT rate. And you can see where this little paper icon is with a number 1. So if there's a number here, it means there's something attached to it. So there's your, so right at a very quick glance, you can actually find that invoice that relates to that transaction. Nice and easy, and that's effectively the benefit of Receipt Bank. It's kind of totally automating it. So I did say you don't even need to be using online or software and still use Receipt Bank. So what you can do is, because you wouldn't be publishing any of these items through, so once it, so if you're just populating them in your Receipt Bank account, you're not pushing them through to anywhere, you're just recording them here. What you can, so this would be a really long list of your inbox. What you do is you can just highlight here, highlight them all, export. So if you wanted to archive them once you did, because once you've exported them, you're not want to re-export them again, so you can move them to archive if you wanted to do so. So you don't have to, they don't still appear on your list. Just click on generate. Takes a little second. It should then run a CSV file. What this is giving you an Excel file with all the information extracted, so you can see the dates, due dates, who it is. You can also put all the categories in if you wanted to do. You wouldn't need necessarily to do it. Payment methods, the VAT, the net, the gross amount, the currency. If it's been recognised in dollars, you can see here it's converting it into pounds for you. So you can see really powerful, and it just saves you having to then populate all this yourself. It's kind of done for you. So this is even if you don't use online software. So once you have pushed it through into your online or software, it kind of moves from your inbox to your archive box. So these are all the things that have already been published through, and you can see it tells you here down the right hand side it's been published. So that's a very quick demo of Receipt Bank, but hopefully you can see the power of it. What you're doing is you're digitalizing all your invoicing receipts. You've not got those paper copies anymore, because these pictures, even in your archive file, will still always be there. It tells you that it's in zero, and it's also your receipts in zero as well. So it's really good for our viewpoint. All the invoices are attached to the relevant transaction in your account software. We can easily find them if we wanted to find it. So if we came to your inbox file and says, okay, let's find the ASDA invoices, quite quickly we can find all the ASDA one. Let's see the relevant amount. That one there we want to look at. There we can get the details of it. Nice and quick without us having to. And it's also easy for. Also, if you get an inquiry from HMRC or VAT inquiry and an HMRC inquiry, really easy to find each individual transaction in respect of every amount. So that's a quick demo of Receipt Bank. We'll dive back into the slides now. So hopefully you can see the demo screen is back again. Let's quickly go back down to it. That's us back again. So this is again trying to get technology to work. I'll just shut it down and start it up again. That's me back again. Okay, so hopefully now you can see the demo screen. So that's just been through the demo. So hopefully you can see the value of using Receipt Bank. So Receipt Bank, obviously it's an app that saves you time, and also just makes you more efficient. So there is a cost to using Receipt Bank. So Receipt Bank charges based effectively on the number of users that uses Receipt Bank and or the number of receipts and invoices per month. So if you just need one, turn on my spotlight again. If you just need one user and you have up to 50 receipts per month, the cost is £10 per month if you pay it annually, or if you pay it month by month, it's £12.50. So effectively, all these cost levels, there's a 20% discount if you pay it once a year as opposed to paying it monthly. Effectively, the higher price plans is either higher users or higher numbers of receipts. So for up to 5 users or 300 invoices per month, it's £20 per month paid annually, or £25 per month if you pay it monthly. And up to 20 users or 3,000 receipts per month is £40 per month paid annually, or £50 per month if you pay it monthly. However, as a Receipt Bank partner, we're Receipt Bank partners, so we get discounts that using Receipt Bank, which we effectively just pass on to our clients. So if you want us to maintain your bookkeeping for you, so if we're actually doing your bookkeeping, so if you want to maintain your bookkeeping yourself and you wish to use Receipt Bank, then just let us know, and we'll give you a 50% discount on whatever package that you want. So rather than paying £10 a month, it's £5 a month, £20 is £10, £40 is £20. Just let us know, and we'll put you on our account with Receipt Bank, and we'll just give you a discount. If we do your day-to-day bookkeeping for you, we give you Receipt Bank totally free, and we also give you Xero totally free, because as part of your bookkeeping package, so where we do your bookkeeping, we give you both free. So the standard package for Xero is £24 per month plus VAT, and Receipt Bank is £12.50 plus VAT per month, so that's £36.50 plus VAT per month, or £438 net of VAT per year, or £525 per year if not VAT registered. We also, where we do the bookkeeping, we give a discount on the year-end accounts, because obviously certain things that we're doing for you, year-end accounts, bookkeeping, payroll, whatever we're doing for you. So where we do the bookkeeping, we also give you a discount on the year-end accounts. Because, and why do we do that? Because generally where we are doing the bookkeeping, it is easier for us to prepare the year-end accounts. So when we do the bookkeeping, as we don't need to do all the various checks and reconciliations when we're actually doing the bookkeeping, because we're doing those checks during the year when we're doing the bookkeeping, so we don't need to re-perform them at the end of the year. So taking into account the software discounts, which could be up to £525 per month per year, and also the accounts fee discount, with us doing the bookkeeping, with us, if we're not doing the bookkeeping for you now, it actually might not be very much more in poundage terms for us to do all your bookkeeping when you factor in the time it takes you to do it, plus the accounting software costs of Xero and Receipt Bank. If you want to kind of know more about this and just have a chat about us potentially maybe doing the bookkeeping for you, if we're not doing it now, just let me know, and I'm happy to kind of run through and let you know what the fee is for us doing the bookkeeping. And it's just that generally we find that the cost isn't significantly more. We're taking all that time off your hands, so you don't even need to worry about the bookkeeping, but also you're saving on part of your year-end accounts fee, and also saving on the Receipt Bank fee and the Xero fee. However, regardless, over the next 3 months, what we want to do is give every client that we've got who are not using Receipt Bank, give them Receipt Bank free of charge. So I did do this webinar originally at the end of March, so we were giving it for 3 months for April, May, June. So I'm now kind of doing this webinar now kind of mid to end of April. So what I'm going to do is extend it a further month. So if you want to use Receipt Bank totally free of charge, what we're going to do is give you it from now to the end of July. So that's over 3 months that we're giving you. So if you want to use Receipt Bank, just let us know and we'll set you up with an account and give you it totally free of charge. So what you can actually be doing at this time, when you probably have a lot of time in your hands, certainly over the next 3 weeks, because the time when I've been doing this, the lockdown's just been extended for another 3 weeks. So what you could do is use Receipt Bank to digitalise your invoices and receipts. And even if you think about it, you could do it not just now and going forward for the next 3 months, but you could also digitalise your last year and get all your last year's information digitalized and uploaded to us and to us. So it's all kind of digital. So you can just use your last year as effectively the trial run to see how you like using Receipt Bank, and therefore that means you can share that information with us, so we can get your accounts, your tax return, or your VAT return done for the period past, not just your period going forward. Which means we can still work with you as normal, provided we receive the information from Receipt Bank. So we have a lot of clients we operate like this with already. So I say, if you want to have a discussion or have a chat more about Receipt Bank and how it can benefit you, or even for us just to set you up a new account and run it till the end of July, just for you to trial it, then either give me a call on, probably better at this moment in time, give me a call on my mobile, which is 07 807 754 508, or drop me an email to mark@stewartaccounting.co.uk. The one thing I would say is, a lot of people are still email me with queries about how all the benefits and grants, etc., and funding is going to work. It's taken me a few days to get through everything. You've got over 100 emails a day at this moment in time. So just bear in mind, I might not get back to you within the same day. It might take me a couple of days to get back to you, but best way to get hold of me is probably by email. Just drop me an email. So personally, in my business, I've been using Receipt Bank together with Xero for my own accounting records over the last 5, 6, 7 years, and it certainly saves me a lot of time processing transactions, and also being able to find an invoice or receipt at a click of a button. I don't need to trawl through folders of copies of receipts to try and find it. All I do is go into my Xero account or my Receipt Bank account in the archive folder, click on what I'm looking for, and at the drop of a hat, I can find any particular invoice or receipt that I need. So hopefully that brings to an end this webinar. Hopefully you've found what I spoke about of value, and anybody got any questions or wants to set up a trial for Receipt Bank for the next 3 months, just let me know and we can do that for you. So stay safe, and hopefully, let's say the lockdown's been extended for another 3 weeks. When things are going to be back to normal, nobody knows, but stay safe, and any questions or queries, just let me know. Thanks then. Bye bye.